children, welcome back to my channel Online Physics Class by Niharika. So class 7th, this video is related to class 7th as well as class 6th also. Okay, so class 7th and 6th, we are talking about chapter heat. I have already made one video on this chapter, that was your part 1 or lecture 1. ओके एंड आई एम गोइंग पॉइंट बाय पॉइंट मतलब जो भी आपके चैप्टर में दिया होगा वट एवर द टॉपिक्स विल बी गिवन इन योर चैप्टर आई एम कवरिंग ऑल द टॉपिक्स so kindly watch all the lectures in series, or I can say in sequence, so that you should not miss any concept. Now today is lecture number 2. Lecture 2, I have already told you about the concept of what is heat. Okay, it's SI unit. Okay, other units of heat. Okay, and relation between calories, relation between calories and joule. Now today in lecture 2 we are going to continue with the next topic which is given in your book, that is your sources of heat. Sources of heat. Now children, if I say in one word that what is the ultimate source of heat and energy, then I would say that it's sun, which you will study in class 8th and 9th also. But instead of sun, if I talk about other alternatives which usually, or you can say sun के अलावा और कौन से alternatives हैं जिससे आपको heat मिल सकता है. Who is the prime source? Prime source is sun. But sun के अलावा जो other source है, that is your electricity, which produces heat, as well as fire. ठीक है, fire also produces heat. Now sun, as you know, sun provides the natural source of heat. Sun is the natural source of heat. Yes, when sun rises, when sun is there, what happened? You get the heat or not? Okay, now if I talk about electricity, how does electricity produces heat? So electricity produces heat in many form. Like how? You already know induction plate. Yes, you have an induction plate or induction cookware at home, right? So induction plate, what happened? It also produces heat, due to which you can cook your food, right? So induction plate produces heat. What else? You have a room heater. Room heater is also there. Yes, room heater also produces heat. It also works on electricity. Induction plate also works on electricity. Okay, even your bulb, it also produces heat. Okay, so there are, or whatever the electrical appliances you use, generally they all produces heat. So they are the source of heat. Similarly, what is the ultimate source of heat? Sun. You should remember this, that sun is the ultimate source of heat. What are the other alternatives? Electricity. Now the third alternative is fire. Fire also produces heat, right? When something burns, okay, when something burns, जब कोई चीज burn होती है तो what it produces? It produces heat and light, right? Now, if I talk about related to fire, or the things which can be burned, okay, or the substances which is combustible, okay, on the basis of this, I can say, or I can divide the substances into two parts. What are those two parts? They are inflammable substances. It must be given in your book, children, whichever board you are. Inflammable substances. Okay, inflammable substances and non-flammable substances. Inflammable substances and non-flammable substances. Now, what are inflammable substances, children? Inflammable substances means those substances that catches fire easily. And what are non-flammable substances? Those substances that do not catch fire easily. Okay, class 6th and 7th, that do not catch fire easily. Okay, non-flammable substances do not catch fire easily. Now, this will be more clear to you if I talk about examples. Now, examples में if I talk about inflammable substance. First of all, I told you what are inflammable substances. Those substances that catches fire easily. Examples are your LPG cylinder. At your home you have a LPG cylinder. Petrol, yes, petrol. Dry paper, okay, dry paper, okay, dry leaves, right? Dry clothes, right? Kerosene, wax, LPG, hydrogen, all these substances, dry wood, dry paper, dry leaves, LPG, wax, petrol, kerosene, candle. Candle means candle is made up of wax. So all these substances catches fire easily. And if they catches fire easily, so they are which type of substances? Inflammable substances. Right? Now what are non-flammable substances? Non-flammable substances are those substances that do not catch fire easily. Like metals. Okay? If you take any piece of metal to a fire, okay, it will first of all, it will not immediately catch a fire as comparison to kerosene or dry paper or dry leaves. If you will hold that metal piece for some time, it will get warm up, but it will not catch fire immediately. So example of non-flammable is metal, stone. If you hold stones on the fire, if you hold stone, okay, on the fire, what happened? Stone will also not catch fire easily. Bricks, water, alloys. What are alloys? Alloys are those substances which are made up of mixture of different metals. एलॉय ऐसे सब्सटेंस होते हैं जो अलग अलग मेटल से मिलके बने होते हैं. तो मेटल्स हो गए, एलॉयज हो गए, ब्रिक्स, स्टोन्स, वाटर्स, these are the substances that do not catch fire easily. Right, children? Okay. Now, one more example of non-flammable substance is asbestos. Asbestos. Now, what is asbestos? It must be given in the book under the example of non-flammable. Asbestos is the naturally occurring synthetic fiber. Okay, synthetic material fiber. Okay, usually asbestos की sheets बनती हैं. Okay, they also do not catch fire immediately, right? They do not catch fire easily. So inflammable substances are those substances which catches fire easily, and non-flammable substances are those substances that do not catch fire easily. Now children, the next topic is about fire safety. That's very important. Fire safety. Okay, that is very, very important. Now what are the fire safety we should take? Fire safety means what are the precautions we should take while using fire related objects. Okay, so first of all, any inflammable objects must be kept away from the electrical switches or fire. Inflammable objects क्या हो सकते हैं आपके? Dry wood, dry paper, okay, dry leaves, kerosene, okay, hydrogen, wax, plastic. This should be kept away from the fire and electricity. Okay, and second precaution which should be taken for fire safety is that LPG gas cylinder pipelines, LPG cylinders, regulators of the cylinders should be checked regularly so that there should be no leakage. Means you can check any leakage if it is there. Fine. Now we are going to come to the next topic, that is the effects of heat. Now children, heat cannot be measured directly. But we can find the effect of heat. मतलब heat की वजह से क्या क्या effects हो सकते हैं? तो heat की वजह से the very first effect is change in temperature. This is the effect of heat. Then change in size. Okay, change in size. And what is the third effect? Change in state. Okay, now what all these points tells us? Now change in, if any object burns or due to any effect of the object heat is produced. So due to that children, what can happen? There could be a change in temperature of that object. If you measure your body temperature, if you are not having fever, your temperature will be different. And if you are having a fever, your temperature will be different. So it means what is happening? Due to heat, when your body gets heat up, there is change in temperature. Secondly, when the heat is produced, there can be a change in size also. Change in size means, suppose you heat something, so what happened? Because of heating, that object expands. That object expands. Okay, that object expands. So because of this, when you heat any object, okay, or due to the effect of the heat, there is a change in size, which is known as thermal expansion. This expansion is known as thermal expansion due to heat. And third thing is change in state. Due to when we heat something, there is what happened? Change in state. Solid changes to liquid, liquid changes to vapor. So all these are the effects of heat. But you have to remember the three main effects, that is change in temperature, change in size, change in state. I hope children these topics are clear to you. Now see you in next video. Kindly watch this video. In next video we will take the another topic, that is temperature. Thank you class.